Welcome back to No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. We're back with another heat check. Got to talk about Ja Morant, man. After fumbling a bag this season by not making an All-NBA team and becoming ineligible for a Supermax, which cost him about $40 million. I think we had talked before, about Ja just trying to get his life together, get in the right direction. Unfortunately, a video surfaced this weekend of Ja on our friend's IG Live holding what appeared to be another gun. It remains to see whether it was loaded or not. Should also be pointed out that Tennessee is an open carry, permitless state. Not that that matters or makes a difference when it comes to Ja and the situation he's been dealing with, but we do need to note it. Also need to discuss the fact that Ja had already served an 8-game suspension this season after some alleged transgressions, including a video of him holding another gun in Colorado at a strip club, I think after the Grizzlies had lost to the Nuggets in a game. So just first and foremost, just want to get your thoughts. What do you think about the Grizzlies suspending Ja indefinitely?
Being suspended in the summer from team activities is it's nothing. Like, what the are you guys doing in the summer as a team? Nothing. Okay. So most likely it's the gym. Yeah. Can't go to the practice facility, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't train in the summer anyway. When they say indefinite, does this happen during the season too? Like, what is the real suspension here? It's unfortunate, man, to be honest. There's no new advice to give him, right? The advice that I've gave is still there. It's just unfortunate that we have to keep saying the same thing. The only way someone learns is if they're penalized. But then, if he gets penalized, then he's no different than everybody else who got penalized. Like it's hard for you to recover once you get the penalty. That harsh one that you would need to really understand how serious this could be. We're talking about a year suspension, 2-year suspension. Like, there's shit that they can do to say, all right, and then that would check the behavior, but nobody wants to see you suspended for a year or 2 years. We're gonna always keep saying, the company you keep is going to be your downfall. You show me your friends, I'll show you your future. We've heard it. The guy's been, suspended indefinitely from the home games.
Yeah. His friend who's IG Live, he posted the video on. Same friend that was banned from all Grizzlies home games after a situation with the Pacers, where they alleged that a red laser was pointed at him after a situation. Couldn't corroborate. NBA investigated. Couldn't determine whether it was a gun or not. Nonetheless, that friend. It's
just the behavior. The behavior here is when you guys have fun, when you guys are happy, you guys are showing guns. For what? That doesn't make sense. This is self-sabotaging, right? This is something you're doing on your own. No one's helping you. I mean, no matter if, there's no camera. If you get pulled over, what's the problem? If someone even ran up on you, what are you gonna shoot? You know what I mean? So there's no good behavior. There's nothing that's gonna come from this that's gonna be good. So, if you can only lose from carrying a gun, then you're this is self-inflicted wounds. Yeah. And just like I said before, as a friend of his, why are you recording? Stop fucking recording the kid. Have you not realized the importance of what's going on? If you're a friend, stop trying. I don't give a if this want to gritty and dance for 1 hour. Don't push the record button. Right? There's nothing. We done seen him gritty. Let the NBA cameras watch him gritty. You stop hitting record when you're around him if you're a real friend.
I mean, you say that, and I'm not trying to defend anybody or anything like that, but in this situation, the friend who was recording him, as soon as he saw Ja pull out the reaction time was so quick, I had to watch the video 4 or 5 times to even see what people were talking about. Watching it at first glance, you don't see it. I think there was 100 people on the live. Somebody ended up going back, either screen recording that situation, grab the actual frame where you could see Ja holding the gun. But as I don't want to say that Ja not have any blame in the situation. you know you're being recorded, right? Regardless of whatever the situation is, you know your friends recording you on IG Live. That's going out to whoever it may be. It could be one person, could be a million. So why are you pulling out guns when this is literally the same exact situation that caused you to get suspended for 8 games by the Grizzlies?
Facts. I mean, that's what I said. Like, you pulling out a gun, him, like it's all just a shit show when you think about it, right? It's all a shit show. 3 of them. Like, if I'm the recorder, I know you're driving. Why the fuck are you recording anyway? Like, it's just the whole scenario is just stupid. It just makes no sense. And I look at it. I looked at the video I watch, and I'm still trying to figure out what was the friend who's recording agenda. Because you're recording yourself, you're filming him, you're recording yourself, you look. You can see what he's doing. And then you film it and do this. Like, are you purposely doing this? I'm trying to figure out what it is. Like, you're here and you're looking here and you're watching them.
Yeah.
And then you do that and then hide. Like, you know what I mean? It just, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing? What is the purpose? What is the point? Who's your ops? Who's your real ops? The Lakers?
That's the real
Shannon
ops.
Sharp, who's your op? Like, I'm trying to figure this out.
LeBron and AD.
Like, is that your op? Like, you're rolling around letting LeBron, AD, Shannon Sharp know like, I'm confused because you don't have no ops in Memphis.
Yeah.
You don't have no ops in Memphis. Like, let's stop.
But we keep going back to the same thing. Ja's only 23 years old. He's young. He's got a young crew around him. All that shit is fine. But at some point, you got to learn from your mistakes, right?
Yes.
And I think, we've talked about this before. You can talk about this situation better than anybody. But I think, and we've hit on this before, the problem that people don't really grasp or understand, right? They talk about the guns in the locker room situation with Javaris Scrutiny, but that's not why you got suspended. So why did you get suspended?
For mocking the whole investigation. Yes.
The guns in the...
Yeah, because these are 2 different situations. Like, gun, right? That's the same category. I've never touched no gun. I've never was seen with a gun. There was no fingerprints on a gun, right? So I'm not in the streets doing all this. I'm not driving around doing it. I'm not drunk or doing... Like, the only reason you know is because I said those are mine. If I said those aren't mine, what do you do then? Right? Your investigation falls short because you have no proof, right? I was man enough to say, yo, those are mine.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the same because it's involving guns, but it's different.
Yeah.
Right? It's really different. So, but because I am a part of the guns and a gun carrier and a gun toter, I can't sit here and be a hypocrite of the behavior. So I'm just the one that looks stupid defending, right? That's all I can do. I can't go out there and cuss them out for doing something because everybody's going to say, all right, well, what about the locker room? Man, you did it in the locker room. You ruined your career. Yeah, no, I did, right? It tarnished my name. That's why I can keep saying, yo, relax, make better decisions. Stop doing this. Stop hanging out with this. You have no ops. If you do, you're not going to shoot at these ops. You're in jail, right? If your boys shoot at the ops, you're in jail, right? So there's the road all is going to lead to the same thing, jail or losing everything.
I mean, and it's not a comparable situation, but we've seen, we've interviewed Mike Vick on this show. And I think the one thing you do have to understand as a black man in America, especially when you're a high profile athlete like Vick or like Ja, is you're the top dog. We're not going to get into the whole Vic dogfighting incident, but his boys were the ones that were doing all the dirt. Michael Vick had an NFL career to worry about. He participated, but he's busy in Atlanta doing what he's got to do. But in the eyes of the law, they don't give a who's the top dog, who's the one that we could take down and make an example of. It's not Ja's boys. We don't give a about Ja's boys. We give a about Ja Morant, supposed to be the face of the league. We're supposed to have now this $230 million contract looming in the horizon, and now he's back to square one. And it seems like, you are a person who could definitely give him some advice, some motivation, or even the precedent of a situation you had. Again, not the same situation as Ja, but dealing with guns, dealing with the aftermath and the result of that, a 50-game suspension that somebody would be able to listen to. Like, a lot of people, Jalen Rose can do an interview with Ja. We love and respect Jalen. Jalen's never really been in that situation. You're somebody who can actually sit and talk with him. Have you talked to Ja at all? Have his people ever reached out to you? Has anybody on his side sought any advice or any type of counsel from you?
No. But they don't need to, right? You don't need to, call someone to realize this 4-second video in a club costs you 40 to 50 million. 4 seconds, millions that you can never get back, right? So that's how sensitive it is when you are that type of player. You're not the type of player that can, do these type of things and lose a million, $1.5 million. 4 seconds, having fun in a strip club cost you $39 million on the contract, plus this Gatorade endorsement, plus they're not pushing your shoes. So if you have a percentage part in your shoes, you're not selling like you want to, that's part of it. So we can really say you lost 39 to maybe 60 million on 4 seconds. What do you think you're gonna lose on this? What do you think you're gonna lose on this? It's not worth it. That gun that you're never gonna pull a trigger on is not worth it. It's not. And if you do pull the trigger, you're losing it all.
So we're at this point now, John went to a rehabilitation facility in Florida for like 48, 72 hours, whatever it was, did the interview with Jalen Rose. I need to get my shit together. I need to get my life right. So he's acknowledged the fact that he knows right from wrong, right? We can't keep saying, oh, well, he's a young kid. Yeah, he's young, right? We get it. I mean, it almost is interesting. I wonder what his career would have been like or how it would have panned out if he wasn't a top draft pick, right? If he had to go in the second round and earn it. Seems like he got all this shit, created this character around himself, because Ja wasn't really moving like this at Murray State. Mm-hmm. He wasn't moving like this coming in the draft. He gets to Memphis now, and people will blame the music or whatever it may be. Tons of people listen to all types of music. Mm-hmm. That don't make them want to go out and do shit like this. So I'm not gonna say Ja's dumb. He's a very intelligent human being. So he knows right from wrong. So, I mean, what do you just attribute this to? It almost seems like, and you know this, we've been around hoopers who literally had all the potential in the world, just didn't give a f. And there's nothing you can really do to control or change that. They know the right things to do, but they do not give a f. They're gonna do whatever they want until it comes to a point, and you had to deal with this in your own career where, okay, y'all don't give a f. We're gonna show you what it really means not to give a f. Mm-hmm. We're taking that thing that you actually love away from you, and now you gotta respond and go on living like that.
It's just being young. I mean, we can all sit here and pretend that when we were 17, we wasn't doing 17, 19, 21, 22. We can pretend that the music wasn't changing our behavior. We can pretend. We can sit here and say, oh, no, Ja, we go back to the early 2000s, everybody had long pants and 5.7X shirts with the jeans, with the long chain, thinking we're fucking Dipset, right? Thinking we're damn Dipset. So let's not pretend that we wasn't. There was an era where everyone wanted to be drug dealers, right? Right? Everybody wanted to be drug dealers, sell a nickel dime and say you a drug dealer. Hey, come on, you know what I mean? So there's been eras. The youth is following their music. Now, acting it out in public is a different thing. Going around, I know I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Kevin Hart said it, and it made me die laughing. Where I pretend that I'm about to get robbed in my house, so I hide a whole bunch of guns in places where I think I'll be sitting. When someone breaks into my house, I'm gonna have one in the oven. And then, he did that skit. I really did that dumb shit.
Belly, bro.
Right? You sitting there I'm gonna put one in the couch. So if someone comes oh no. Right, but I'm not gonna really do that shit in public. So I'm never gonna drive with a gun. I'm never gonna drive with open liquor. There's just things as a star or a high profile person you just can't do.
Yeah.
No matter what the law says. See, the law says what he's doing, he's not doing anything wrong.
But that's not the NBA law, though.
But what is the NBA law? What is the NBA law? If he's at a gun range and he's out there shooting it and he's sitting there doing this and he's firing at a target, no one will say shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? No one's gonna say anything. If that film and he's going to, even if he says you were going to a gun range. If he says he was going to a gun range, they wouldn't do nothing about it because he's going to a gun range. Right? So there's wiggle room in the behavior. But it's just one of those things that's unfortunate, and I don't know why celebrating when he's doing all these things, he needs to have guns around. I mean, it just seems like some weird stuff.
And you talk about all this, and we talk about how, rules, a lot of Second Amendment people out there probably don't have a problem with this doing this. Tennessee's an open carry, permitless state, right? So what he was doing is not illegal in the state of Tennessee. But now you talk about the NBA, conduct detrimental. Back to your point, you didn't get suspended for the guns. You got suspended for being in the warm-ups, mocking the guns. After Josh's suspension, we saw him on the bench firing off guns. You know what I mean? It's shit where it's like, look, bro, you're at an NBA game. You got 20, 30 cameras in the production crew. You got 20,000 cameras. Everybody has a camera now. And furthermore, to another point you made, yeah, we were all doing dumb shit. I think about early 2000s. Several things that could have sent my life on a completely different trajectory. Thankfully, no cameras around. If we really existed and lived in that social media era where we had the ability to go on IG Live, we had the ability to do all this fake flossing and fake stunting, I think a lot more people's careers would have been negatively impacted by that. But we didn't live in that era where they live in now, where it seems like kids are just so fascinated and in love with telling everybody everything. This is the problem I deal with on social media when I'm talking to people. You don't need to tell everybody all your feelings. We don't want to see everything that's going on. Keep some of that shit to yourself because you project that out to the universe. You don't know who's seeing it and when it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. And in Josh's situation, this is now twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least. Incidents with the 17-year-old, incidents at the finish line at the mall. It's just like at some point, like shit, dog. I mean, like, you know what I mean? We can support you, try to uplift you all we want, but it becomes a point where shit is indefensible. But just quickly back to, you had to serve a 50-game suspension. How do you think the NBA, Adam Silver, you were under the David Stern regime, much more strong arm, much more mob type movements. You know what I mean? David Stern ran shit like Suge Knight. Let's just call it what it is. Adam Silver seems to be a little bit more embracing, a little bit more lenient. But how do you feel the NBA is going to handle this situation with Ja?
It's one of those things. Like, look, we know the importance of guns in America. Right? You have two different sides. My thing is always going to be, what law did he break for you to intervene? I'm going to always say, what law did he break? If it's open carry, no permit, he's not breaking the law, right? The ideal of what he's doing and the look of it, okay, I get that, but you can't penalize a person for what it looks like. No one is harmed. No one, this is self-inflicted. If you want to fine him, okay. But suspending him on something that is normal in that state, in the state he is, it's just one of those things where it's like, I can't be okay with 1 game, 10 game, 20 game. Someone said suspend him for the whole season. For what? For what? This is, you know what I mean? This is like, it's what he's doing is legal in that actual state. What is the problem?
No.
When it comes to suspending him. Right. And that's my only thing. That's my only thing. What he did, reckless, stupid behavior, needs to try to grow up a little bit faster because it's coming. It's coming. No one's seen it. No one's seen this gun but on picture. Right? If we try to slow it down, we probably can't catch it.
Yeah.
Right? So
which is the wild shit. Watch it 4 or 5 times trying to figure out am I missing something? Then they showed the screen grab. There was only 100 people on that live. So you got to really know, this is something that we deal with in our lives. Like, everybody's not your friend. You got a lot of enemies out there. A lot of people want to see your downfall anyway. This wasn't like Ja posted on his live with thousands and thousands of people watching. This is somebody who literally took the time, frame by frame, like the Zapruder film. Ooh,
yeah.
Hold a weapon. Yeah. Perfect screen grab. I'm going to put this shit out. This shit's going to be everywhere.
And I said it. I said, everybody's going to be watching you going forward, looking for stuff. Like, you should never drive with guns in your car because at the end of the day, even with the rules going on, they can pull you over and say, oh, yeah, someone said you flashed it. just because they know you're John Morant. Oh, someone said you flashed a gun at them. So they pulled him over, find a gun. Oh, this is the gun you flashed. Why? But it's your behavior. So everyone's gonna believe it. Right? You're at a place in time where gun's supposed to be the last thing on your mind. When I got in trouble, I've never looked at a gun, no. I even seen a poll that said 90% I was gonna get in trouble again. Cap. Crazy as hell. You think I'm that stupid? No, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Right, I learned my lesson. I don't want a fake one. I don't want no. The only gun I'm on is video game and it comes with push buttons. Like I don't even want the duck hunting gun. No, thank you. Right? But I don't want to see that happen to him to the point where the rest of his career is done. Right now, he has a hard time coming back. Only way he makes an all-star game is if he gets voted in by the fans. Other than that, you have to deal with those coaches voting you in.
And it's really not gonna matter what he does on the court, right? We saw that, just realistically, without all these situations, the numbers he put up this year, good enough to be all NBA level, right? Good enough to get that supermax. Voters don't just take that into account when they're voting. You're dealing with a lot of people who look at you, they've got the lens on you, they're waiting for you to
It's part of marketing. Like, I don't want the gun-toting guy inside this. He shouldn't be with this group. Put him out. Let's see if he clean up his act. Like, you know what I mean? So, are they going to suspend him? Probably.
Yeah.
They're going to try to find some loophole to suspend him. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to give him some word of advice, at this point, you probably have an alcohol or a drug problem, and you need help. That's really the only thing that's going to save you. Having a drug problem or an alcohol problem, and you need to seek help. And, you'll be in some rehab this whole summer getting better, and then enjoy the start of your season. Other than that, Superman, they're going to fire your ass. The kryptonite is coming, God damn it.
And last question on this job situation, and we've talked about this too. Who can get through the job? I mean, you dealt with this situation early in your career, understanding the circles around you and having to break free of that circle. We see T. Morant, Ja's dad, at all the games, courtside, turning up. Seems like it's more of a buddy-buddy relationship than a father-son relationship, and this is just me from an outside perspective. I don't know what their situation is like at home, but seems like this is now time for that T to be that father in his life who needs to be like, look, bro, you need to take a step back and cut all this bullshit out. If I got to do it with you, I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. But who can actually get through the job? Because whatever's going on, it ain't working.
I think they call it a bank account. Yeah, that bank account. You that bank account up, yeah, that'll get to you. They end up pulling it off, suspending him for a whole season. Oh no, his behavior's gonna change. Because these two little incidents done cost you $50 million, damn near, and then another 50 something. That changed your behavior. But that's not what nobody wants to see. Like, no one wants to see your life get ripped apart, but if they think that's the only way that you're gonna change, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
If the owner really wants to, like, if he doesn't think you're in control of what you're doing, what I'm gonna do is I'm like, all right, personally, as an organization, we're gonna suspend you for a year. This has nothing to do with the NBA. We're gonna suspend you for a year. That right there changes your behavior. I need you to really think about the future, so I'm gonna penalize you now and let you sit on it, understand how you could lose it all. I'm just gonna give you a little timeout to save the rest of your career.
As quickly as they can give it to you, they can take it away, right?
I mean, this is, and I don't even want to put like shit like that in the air because it does give people ideas of this is what we might need to do.
Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, look, those ideas are already out there.
I know, but that's why I said I want him to change, but I'd rather it be on his own versus a forced changed behavior, which means that, some type of suspension will have to be put in, not by the NBA, by Memphis themselves, where, it's like, I have you for 6 years. You're my future. I really, love you. I think you're an amazing kid. The energy you bring, the fans love you. But if we stick down to this road, we're all going to lose out on what you are capable of. You, me, these fans. So, I'm going to do this. That's going to be something that the owner is going to have to sit there and sit with Ja. It's going to be one of those personal decisions by the owner. This has nothing to do with the NBA. This is something that he has to try to nip in the bud, because if you don't, then you become reckless to the behavior. I know. Once I realized that you couldn't find me, you couldn't find me for nothing. And I'll say it out loud. Who do you think you're finding? Oh, you gonna send that shit up there? I guarantee you it ain't coming back down. Right? Once you feel like you are untouchable, you act that way. And he, the owner needs to come in and tell him that, no, you are touchable, and this is what I'm gonna touch right here. So I can have you for 10 more years. I'm gonna penalize you this year for 10 more years. Or you can just somehow change in the next 2-3 months and really change your behavior so we can move on, take the bumps in the road, and, I have you for another 10, 15.
Either way, man, just praying for Ja, praying for the best for him in the situation. Seems like a great dude. Obviously dealing with some issues. We all deal with issues in life. A lot of people
it's fun. It's like we're not talking about a guy that's, he's not being the NBA young boy style, right? He's not on there threatening people, talking, I'm gonna pull up. You know what I mean? He's not doing that, right? It's something that has to do with, it's like every time he's in a good ass mood, it's like every time he's in a good mood, it's like he wants to show everybody what he's.
Yeah.
Is that?
But like real ones have said, bro, this is a life you try to escape, right? If you have the means and the ability and the skill to.
Every street dude in America would trade places with him.
In a heartbeat.
Every street dude in this America will trade places with him. 100%. I don't care if that street dude got $300 million sitting in his room. He can't do nothing with that money. He would trade places with you 100 times over with. And, so the fact that you want to be this type is the confusing part, but it's not confusing because, we all wanted to be 50 Cent at one point, DMX, Lil Wayne, Tupac. You know what I mean? So it's
much better to have ops that are basketball players than ops that are real killers.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd much rather have ops that are LeBron James and Anthony Davis as opposed to some real killers out there.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just reality. He has no ops, right? There's no real ops. And if you do have an op, he ain't stupid enough to shoot at you. If someone look like shooting at John Morant's car or John Morant's house, he's getting caught quick. It's right. He shoot at your friend, hey. They probably never look for that. They shoot at John Morant, that's jail. That's attempted murder 100%. So you don't really have no ops for you to be carrying around no gun in your car. I'm sorry. Having it at your house just in case someone breaks in, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly makes sense because most likely every damn NBA player has one if they don't have security guards.